And I'm back.
Again.
Again, yes, I loaded up the wrong video the last time. Technical difficulties! Yay! Because I screwed up.
Completely ruined a joke there. I expect a certain degree of professionalism from my free internet entertainment. Thank you very much.
I like ruining things for everyone. I love ruining expectations.
Big ol' ruiner.
Yeah. They call me the ruiner of ruin.
That's a really crappy nickname. Hope you're aware of this.
I'm quite aware of this. I've gotten a lot of flack for it in the past.
Fantastic.
So,
Oh, cats.
yeah, cats. I hate them. Well, not real cats. I like real cats, but cats
Good, 'cause
in this
otherwise
game, I hate them.
we would have had words.
Yeah.
Like idiot and no.
Well, that
And shut up,
reflects-
you're not my real dad.
Those are some strong words, huh?
Yeah, well, I don't bicker when it comes to cats.
No,
Cats and rock.
I like cats in real life, but in this game, I freaking hate them. It's a love-hate relationship. They do stuff for me, but they do it wrong, and then they screw me over. Then I have to punish them.
I don't like where this conversation is headed.
Well, it's not going in the direction of dirty, at the very least.
Not sure if that's better or worse. Anyway, steak. Full of steaky goodness.
Yes, and so another multiple monster hunting mission. Kill as many of these suckers as I can, but I'm just gonna kill the minimum required. So, I mean, unless people ask me to do like, oh, can't you do like? But it's too late. Nobody ever told me that they wanted me to. But I could probably do it as a bonus thing if people want me to kill like as many as I can. And for some reason, it didn't want to climb right there. Oh wow! I think between recording sessions, maybe we talked or commentated ourselves out in the sense that we talked about all these great topics in video games and stuff.
Yeah. So I've been playing Doom.
The original Doom.
Doom 2, and Doom 64.
Ew, Doom
Finally managed
64.
to.
Why would you? Oh,
There's mods for the to get it to run on the PC where you can actually see what's going on.
okay. See what's going on.
Yeah, because Doom 64 is legendarily pitch black. You can't see anything.
Oh, all I heard was it was really bad, and I was like, yeah, an FPS game for the N64, not gonna go. Especially when it's Nintendo, and we're talking about a graphically violent game like Doom.
Surprisingly, they left all of the satanic content in.
Wow.
There's pentagrams everywhere. There's windows that are totally not in the shape of inverted crosses. No, sir, how could you possibly think that?
Wow,
And
that's really bold for Nintendo.
it was during the N64 days was when they were starting to go, yeah, we're hip, we're cool, we can have the naughty violence.
Yeah, I just remember Nintendo always being like, oh, we can't have any form of religion or alcohol in our games. We just can't.
Yeah.
And any form of
Frothy mugs
violence,
of water.
people magically disappearing, or them passing out and not saying that they're dead.
Yeah. Well, it helps that the PC mod lets you use keyboard and mouse. That does count for a hell of a lot, and also you can turn the brightness up so you can actually see what you're doing. Because, as I said, Doom 64 is legend for being completely incomprehensible, just because everything is blacker than the blackest black times infinity.
No, basically every FPS I've seen, and I guess maybe the only exception is Perfect Dark, have been absolutely atrocious for the N64. I've never played Perfect Dark, but I've heard a lot of people, like, again, the N64 was never a huge item here in Denmark. Like, they would have a total of like 5 games for sale for the N64, and then they'd make sure that it's like you're paying twice the price of a AAA priced game.
Yeah, well, the Nintendo were really weird back in the mid 90s, mainly because at the time they were farming out most of their operations were farmed out to about 2 or 3 different companies who were basically in charge of what games would get released and when and where. So, I mean, I always say to Americans, you know, all those classic games like Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Final Fantasy VI, we never saw.
Yeah, no,
Never
we
released
actually-
outside the States.
We never saw
Which-
these things. It's really
Which
nope.
made the recent shenanigans with Xenoblade laughably hilarious. Because it got released in Europe and they never saw it until recently. So
Yeah.
hearing them complain that, you know, this is a completely unfair turn of events, just sort of like,
Welcome
suck it,
to
this is
our-
what we had to
yeah.
deal with for 10 years.
Yeah, welcome to our story and all that. Not
Yeah.
our story, that's bad English. But yeah, welcome to our world. I should
Yeah,
say.
so seeing that, it's just sort of like, yeah, forgive me if I have absolutely zero sympathy for you and your plight.
Americans are spoiled. Let's face it. They don't
Yeah,
know how
they're-
spoiled they are.
They're spoiled and they're all idiots. Oh, sorry, I think we just...
I think we just pissed off all of SA, more or less.
what's the worst that can happen? Oh wait,
yeah,
permaban.
I guess.
It's okay, we like you really.
No, we don't.
But, yeah, Doom 64, once you can actually get past being able to see anything on screen, it's a hell of a lot better, because I always wrote it off as, you know, a consoleized port of a game that had no right being on a console, because, you know, I was young and stupid back then.
Yeah.
But,
I know with the Duke Nukem, but then again, weren't they all third person?
one's on the PlayStation, where PlayStation also received mostly uncut port of the first game.
Yeah, I
Oh,
watched like a Duke
really?
Nukem mega thread where they went through all the games, and I think like the Duke Nukem 64 was a third person one. Yeah.
I'm sure they released Duke Nukem 3D for the N64.
Yeah, I think they did that too because they also released it for the PlayStation, and that was a really
Yeah.
good port.
The N64 version had all the strippers cut out. I remember that much.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Yeah. Which I remember one version of it had all the women cut out, but rather than removing them entirely, they were just made invisible.
So you'd be suddenly shooting at an invisible wall, and then you'd hear something die,
Yeah. All of a sudden, fountains of blood come out,
and
sort of-
then monsters spawn all around you because you killed a woman.
yeah, inadvertently scaring the crap out of you.
That's actually quite an interesting experience for people who don't know, who've never played a Duke Nukem game before, and they just think they're killing aliens.
Yeah, just you shoot a wall by accident, you hear
Blood
this piercing
spouts.
scream, blood everywhere, and oh holy shit, what have I done?
Oh god, I've angered the ancient Mayan gods!
Yeah, and all of a sudden, monsters everywhere, and you never play the game again. That never happened to me, I should point out, just in case anyone's thinking that's an autobiographical story. Not in the slightest. It happened to a guy I know.
Yeah.
No, I did have a friend who was completely obsessed with it on every format under the sun, though. He would get really weirded out by the slightest change.
I like Duke Nukem 3. Like, that was a good game, but I played on the PC. I did try the PlayStation version and it was atrocious. Just, because of the controls. Then you have... what was it? I did try one of the Duke Nukem games for PlayStation that was third person. It was actually pretty good. Supposedly, I lucked out and it was the best of the Duke Nukem games
Yeah.
after Duke Nukem 3D, so that was like the one where you do a lot. You know something I've noticed? All of them do, for the consoles, do something with time traveling.
Yeah.
And I don't really get that, but it's like...
Time to Kill was the main one, and then there was Land of the Babes.
Yeah, and then there was
Which-
also the N64 one, which was also time traveling. God, there's a lot of time traveling.
Doesn't the Duke Nukem Forever DLC involve time travel as well?
No, it involves clones, and then you go...
Well, you can see how I would get confused there.
Yeah. Thank God they didn't do time travel. Like, I'm kind of really disappointed how many time travel plots there are to Duke Nukem 3D. It doesn't even really fit Duke Nukem.
Yeah, it's just one of those standard boilerplate sequel plots. I mean, Men in Black 3 is coming out this week or next week, and it involves time travel.
God, they're actually making Men in Black 3 after so many years.
I think it's about 12 years since the last one. More than a decade, at least.
Well, that's just kind of amazing. Like, you can definitely tell when Hollywood is running out of ideas. Like, this summer, they had planned for lots of movies made around board games.
Oh, Battleship.
So it's like, when they start doing that and then they cancel it at the last second, then I think they actually already made the movies and they're just kind of waiting to put them out because they have other movies they want to put out first. I'm not entirely sure. But I know American Battleship is based off of the board game Battleship. And it has nothing to do with Battleship board game other than you see one scene, a couple people playing it.
I heard that was actually cut out. There was supposed to be a couple of cute references, like someone saying, "Oh no, you sunk my battleship, her." But they got ditched at the last moment.
From what I've heard, like they do keep in the scene where they're actually sitting and playing Battleship while they're talking about something, but they don't. I don't think they actually. I never heard the people who, because I watched the Cinema Snob, so he's been doing the midnight reviews of these movies, and he didn't really particularly mention them going, "Oh no," because I was kind of like waiting for them to just say, "And you know what the worst part about this movie was or you know what I liked," or something like that, and then they mentioned that they did that reference. At least they did that.
Yeah,
but no,
apparently that was ditched at the very last minute. It's in the novel adaptation though.
Novel adaptation of a movie. Oh God.
Based on a board game.
You see, this is where Hollywood has gone. It's really sad.
I'm still just waiting for a movie adaptation of Hungry Hungry Hippos, featuring Chris Rock as the hippo.
I don't know. It's coming. Louis Anderson would have been better. He has the look down.
Yeah, but Chris Rock has, the horrible attitude that just watch any movie in which he does a voiceover. It just makes me want to stab my ears out.
Oh, thank goodness I don't even know who he is. I'm horrible with names of actors. Like, unless it's like a big name like Harrison Ford and so forth, then I don't recognize the name of the actor.
Very annoying, very loud comedian that everyone seems to love except for me. Have you seen the show Everyone Hates Chris?
Nope, but I'm guessing it's a joke off of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, it's
how could I guess
that wasn't a particularly good show either, but
yeah.
It's basically semi-autobiographical about him as a kid, from what I gather. I've only seen a few episodes, and I just really didn't like it.
Ugh.
But again, that's mainly because I can't stand Chris Rock. I just don't find him funny, sadly. Which is annoying because everybody else I know thinks he's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, no, I don't really watch much TV and not very many movies to begin with because I know most of what comes out nowadays is just junk. Back when I was a kid, yeah.
And all this were fields and dinosaurs used to roam the earth.